Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure. Welcome back aboard the truck where I'm taking a double stack of cheese out to Spain, from Spain. And my mission today is a very straightforward one. Firstly, don't screw this up. And secondly, let's get out of Spain. Please. Now, my trusty Volvo is struggling a little bit. I mean, this cheese is slightly over our weight capability, but we're manhandling it, we're getting it done, we're going places, we're looking forward to hills of a downward variety, because that gives us the opportunity to, thrash it a bit. And I have been willingly thrashing it a bit, but I'm just not getting the opportunity so often, because we're lacking in oomph. Yeah. You could uprate the oomph in the truck. No. Why? Well, I want to pay the loan off, okay? I will see that as some form of positive conclusion if I manage to pay off the loan. We're leaving here, okay? Well, this could be lively. It could be. Perhaps slow down a fair weasel. There you go. We've slowed down too many weasels. Too many weasels have been ejected from the weasel powertrain. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. It's all right. It's okay. You're well under the speed limit, and that will make the authorities feel happy to have you as part of their collective. Yeah. Well, I mean, up to this point, I've been paying the salaries of the authorities through my injudicious acquisition of fines, but that's all solid. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah, we'll get a bit of a view in here. There you are. Get a bit of a view, hold the angle. There you go, it's lovely. Yeah, no, yeah, whoop, back inside. There you go. Don't get overconfident with your ability to do exciting camera shots while on a bridge, because that could end up in several very exciting ways, and then everyone will accuse you of doing it deliberately. They go, no, I don't do it. I do stupidity deliberately, and then if stupidity ends up in disaster, I'm like, oh no. What a shame. That's not the same as doing it deliberately. Would be me just hard swerving off the side of the road. And you kind of go, well, that'll be fun the first time, I suppose. But after that, it will rather feel slightly engineered to try and come up with organic commentary. And that's, if you've engineered it, it ain't organic, is it now? No, is the answer to that. Good. Right, there you are. There's some wind turbines. That's pretty thrilling. Alright, well look, we've got time to fill, so I'll talk about wind turbines. I like wind turbines. I think they're great. I think they look fantastic. The big ones are so impressive when you get moderately close to them. I think they're amazing. However, wait, no, we're not at however yet. Not to mention the fact that they are generating power, and that's something that we're using in order to power the AI uprising. So that's a good thing. It is. And I think my however with wind turbines is multifold. First off, and I'm not even going to go to, and I only make power when the wind's blowing. And you're going to go, yes, that's fine. And the wind does blow quite a bit. So that's hardly a consideration. There are more efficient designs for wind turbines as well, particularly those that are tethered and are shot up into the sky a bit further. They're more effective. I don't know about efficiency, but I mean that's by the by. Let's talk about the existing current standard of wind turbine. The reason we're using them is simple. They're easy. That's it. They are easy to set up. I mean, and that's using comparatively easy. There you go, compared to other renewable options that are out there, and that's what makes it appealing. And because they're easy, it makes them moderately cheap. And the goal, obviously, is that the cost of setup and installation is offset over the course of the lifetime of a wind turbine, and net profit and all of that kind of business. The thing is that they don't have to have their flipping blades replaced regularly, and the internal mechanics associated with them are not exactly lifetime guaranteed. Well, it is, but a lifetime's not very flipping long. And then once those blades have been taken down from your windmill, well, they're not exactly quick to recycle either. There's not a huge amount of it that can be done. Now, there's a lot of plastics goes into a wind turbine, and those plastics come from fossil fuels, isn't it? Yeah. I'm an advocate for that, because I hold that, like, listen, I happen to believe that us setting fire to things for a couple of 100 years at ever-increasing rates is probably contributing to the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, and as a result is contributing to the greenhouse effect of the planet warming up. And scientists around the world all agree with me, apart from a few crackpots who are just chasing a bit of clickbait. And that's fine. Okay, right. So, what? Where are we going? Oh yeah, but I also hold with, oil's not going to last forever, right? And therefore, burning it is the most stupid thing we could do with it. Making it into stuff, now you're talking. And so turning it into windmill blades, why on earth not? But it's just not a good use of it, especially since it's not recovered afterwards. There we go. Now, we come to part two. Part two of this is, well, okay, if you like conceptually and aesthetically your windmill, what would you do? What would you do instead? I know you like them aesthetically and everything, but you see the practical limitations and feel like it's maybe a bit wasteful and not necessarily the best way to go. What's your alternative? Well, I'm very pleased that you asked. First off, tidal power. Tidal power is magnificent, because the tide is going to be a constant, or it's going to be. I mean, it might shift where and when according to how sea levels rise, but fundamentally, it's a constant because the moon's there, and we're not about to run out of moon anytime soon. Speaking of which, of course, on the far side of the moon, due to the way that solar radiation it does stuff and things, the far side of the moon is flipping coated with helium-3, a ton of which would power the entire planet for a year. That's a fact I heard. I don't know if I misheard it, if I misremember it, or if it's a load of old tosh. But I believe that a ton of helium-3 provides enough energy to be able to power the entire planet for a year. Look, if I'm wrong, that's fine, but it's just I need to update my records. So correct in the chat if you feel like it. Comments, whatever. Anyway, I digress. Tidal power is a constant because the moon's there, and the moon isn't going anywhere. If the moon does go somewhere, we've got bigger problems than... Where am I going? Stay on the road. Okay. We've got bigger problems. If the moon sods off, then we've got so many more problems than electricity to worry about. Although we'll still be worrying about electricity, obviously. Yeah. Good. All right. So tidal power is consistent, and the thing is, you could probably make your tidal power buoys, or buoys for those who want to pronounce it wrongly, by using tyres. They finished their lifespan as a tyre. So let's turn them into some kind of tidal flotation, uppy downy kind of a doodad. Yeah. See, that way you're using recycled materials that we don't really have a compelling use for at the moment, other than setting fire to. And that's not. Although, I mean, yes, some people turn them into objet d'art for the garden, by shredding them up and turning them into flipping horrible looking tiles, but let's call that what it is, and that's like grasping at flipping rubber straws. Yeah, rubber straws. Have you thought about rubber straws? No. So look, so that would be one. Then you've got geothermal. Now, it's not everywhere. No, of course it's not. It's not you can't geothermal everywhere, although you could with a big enough drill. Yeah, are we coming off here? I think we might be. Okay. Gijon's been discovered. Alright, well, we'll find out soon enough if I'm coming off it. Are we going up there? Feels like yes to me. Okay. Yeah, it's not always immediately apparent, but at least I stopped before the junction this time around, because reversing this big fella is going to be a right pain in the backside. Super. We're on time as well. That's nice. And I got some kip in along the way. That's nice too. Yeah. Yeah, geothermal. That'll make some good energy. I am also pro-nuclear. Yeah. Yeah. Not weapons. No, I think nuclear weapons are the most stupid thing that we've ever done. But, you know, since when was mankind ever not stupid? As a species, we're a bunch of flipping idiots. Yeah, you can envisage stronger language there. I consider myself part of that problem, and for I am. Yeah, but yeah, nuclear power. It's very safe. It's just that when there is a problem, it tends to be quite spectacular. Yeah, that's the problem. And all of the nuclear power plant accidents throughout history. There's a fascinating book. I think it's a history of atomic accidents, which I read. Almost without exception, all of the power plant-based disasters that you care to name have come about through humans not trusting the instrumentation. Yeah, it's a fact. It's only Fukushima, where they actually had really no choice in the matter, because there was a tsunami. Yeah, and you kind of go, you know what, Japan? I'd say that nuclear power plants possibly aren't your thing. They're not for you, because you're going to get quite a few tsunami, and I appreciate that being coastally based as a nuclear power plant is desirable, and therefore it's probably not for you. And it's not like they hadn't taken precautions against such things, but yeah, no, sometimes you get a tsunami that big that your precautions are for naught. So yeah, so there you go. Yeah, not trusting the instrumentation, so humans being the problem rather than the machinery. There was one where one of the, I can't remember where the incident occurred. It isn't one of your big ones, but they'd got rats in the wiring, and they'd been chewing on some of the wiring that went to the instrumentation. Yeah. So there's that. But it is a remarkably safe, remarkably efficient way of generating power. And if we could just figure out a slightly better way to deal with the leftovers, that'd be nice too. But let's not get carried away. Right, I might pick up this topic in a minute. I don't know, but we're here, so let's get that dealt with, and then we can try and escape from this beautiful country that we currently find ourselves in. I've had a lovely time, but I want to leave. Right though, right, okay, here we go. Get your concentration face on, because we're going to go. Nope, you can just have it. I am not parking it. Nope. Not going to. No. But it would be funny to watch you try. No, it won't. There we go. Yeah, there. That's a time saved, isn't it? Good. Money. 13 Gs. Lovely. Some XP. Yeah. Right. Okay. Good. Right. On to the next caper. How much cash do I owe the bank? Ooh, good question. Company. Yeah. No. Services. Could be. Yeah. Bank. How much do I owe you? I owe them 68 grand. Ooh, I have 73 grand. Ooh, I'm not going to give them 73 grand. No, in case there are repairs required, or well, think of the extra interest that you're paying, 18%. Yeah, pay it off now. Save the interest. I'd rather keep the cash on hand for the moment and then repay it after the next jaunt. Okay. Hey, repaying it after the next jaunt. Well done. Yeah, good on you. Shut up, you patronising git. Let's go. All right, to the freight marquettes. We are here in Gijon. Roger that. And we could go to Cardiff. Oh, that would wrap up the series. No, you'd have to get back to Grimsby. Yeah, it pays 29 quid a mile. Yeah, that's not great, but a lot of that's going to be on a ferry, so I don't object to that too much. Go to Madrid? Nope. Plymouth? That pays better. Most of your time there spent on a ferry. Yeah. Plymouth, Bilbao, Plymouth. So you're saying the choice... Oh, whoa, we can go to Bayonne. And that's in France. With used plastics. The pay is terrible. Really, is that the only gig you can offer me? Yep. Let's go. All right, we're going to France. Let's have it. I didn't see how long was left to get there, but I'm sure it'll be okay, or it might be okay. Yeah. Give me something slightly more. I don't know what's going on there. Why am I up a ramp? Who does that? Why? Why would you do that to me? That's crazy. Still, truck's fine. Yeah. There's no problem with that. No, how far have I got to go? 5 miles. Okay, good. Which is the way? Is it this way? It is this way. Oh, it's nice to be unburdened from that beefcake of a double trailer that we had going on. But you know, we'll pick up what's next. Just use plastics, mate. It's going to be fine. Which is, I mean, it's also in keeping with the narrative of today's show. Yeah. Of course, the problem with a lot of used plastics is we just set fire to it, and you go, well, that doesn't really lean into it. Yeah, give us your recycling. How are you going to recycle it? We're going to burn it. Oh, yeah. Why are you persistently? I think my camera's off. There you go. Why are you constantly going up the curb? Because I'm not concentrating on the important aspects of this particular caper. All right. You want to get out of the way, son? I'm coming through. Alright, stop speeding in town. They will do you for speeding in town. Okay, 73 grand though. Yeah, no, well done you. Give yourself a cookie or a pat on the head or whatever it is that you feel is appropriate for the level of accomplishment you've achieved. Oh, okay. Yeah, way to suck the jam out of my donut. Yeah, well, I mean, look... If you feel that what you've done is so very, very special, then take whatever reward you feel is best suited to compensating you for that. Again, you're just being mean. It's called tough love there, Tiger, and you'll get into it. Well, this is an exciting little alternate route option we've got going on here. That's a garage you're not allowed to use. Good. Yeah. Oh, I'm fair GTAing it around town here. This is nice. Yeah, well, I mean, you're driving aggressively. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. You think anything's coming? I don't think we're going slow enough that it matters. Yeah, you see? Easy merger. Right there. Some palm trees. Yeah. Yeah, it's great. I'm thoroughly into it. Ah, love you, Spain. Look at this. They did briefly let me do 43 in town. Now we'll stop at this one. Yeah, you missed the traffic lights, though. Well, I miss being able to see the traffic lights, and that's arguably problematic. But I've got a truck next to me. He'll let me know when it's time to go. I'll wait for that. Yeah. Just sit there. As soon as you see that tanker next to you start to shimmy, then boot it. All right. Third? Yeah, third. All right. Go. Right. Thanks, son. I couldn't see the lights. Glad you could. And that's helpful. These ones better not change. If they do, then the internal lighting in this town needs it's fine. Needs some work. Because obviously on time sync. What are you doing? Oh, he's doing 31 like he's allowed to. You're just lollygagging. What were you saying? Yeah, no. Your timed traffic signals are designed that if you are doing the speed limit, then or close to the speed limit, maybe like a mile an hour under the speed limit, then all the signals will be green in a row, and that's efficient. It's only when you're chasing the signals because you're going too fast or too slow, or the traffic is such that too fast or too slow is mandated upon you, that you end up in trouble. Yeah. I was putting rather a lot of faith in those cars actually behaving themselves there, but they did. So my faith is rewarded. Oh, look, there's a bit of water. Yes. Alright, here we are. We're there. I'm lighting the lighting the tyres up with excessive braking all over the place. Alright, I'm here for your stuff. Alright, let's have it. Alright, what you got for me? Yeah, I'm here, you're here. I want these used plastics that are going out to Bayonne. Thank you very much. It doesn't pay very much, but it gets me to France, and that's really what we're after. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm likely to have a miserable time in France, but it doesn't bother me too much. Trailer's just over there. Okay. Yeah, do you want to change? Let's put a gear into something manageable. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do this in cab, because that's how people do it. Okay, you can't attach it to the front. I'm not attaching it to the front. I'm executing a manoeuvre. Okay, keep going. Keep going. You want to see it in your mirror. There it is. Alright. Okay. Are we straight or are you steering now? I don't know. I think we're straight. Okay, yeah. No, I'm doing this, I'm just purely on mirrors. Don't need to lean out the window on this one. This one's easy. There we go. Yeah. And thank you. Trailer me. The fifth wheel is locked. Good. Good. Okay, that's like locking a ball for multi-ball later on. Alright, put your camera back to natural. Okay, yeah. You're probably going to want to get some kip, because what else is new? Is the exit here? Yeah. Ah, good. That's a fairly bland trailer you've got going on. Well, what do you want me to do about it? I mean, there's not much I can do about it. Trains come through here, you know. I doubt that they do. Yeah, I find that very hard to believe. Part of me goes, why don't you just sit there for hour on end and see if a train comes through? You know, I don't need to. I don't think trains come through there. I think it's just pretending that trains come through to make you go, oh, wouldn't it be nice if there was a train coming through there at one point? Oh, how exciting would it be if a train were to hit my trailer while I was parked on the track? It's not going to happen. No, it's not that kind of game. It doesn't reward fun. No, it doesn't give you a spirit of adventure and peril. No, it gives you a spirit of endlessly trawling around the continent, hauling questionables. Okay. Well, aren't you in a cynical mood? Cynical is as cynical does. In my box of chocolates. Come on! No, that's... Someone in the last episode said that they very much liked when I deployed the anger windscreen wipers. I kind of go, yeah, that's very much what it is. I don't know why. I know where the button is. I guess it's because I'm steering. So it's like a D-pad shape of buttons, right? So it's the four face buttons of a controller that's on the steering wheel, and it's the equivalent. It's the bottom. It's the bottommost point. Which, of course, if I'm doing any kind of an angle at all, say, for example, if I'm going round a roundabout, then the bottom button becomes the windscreen wipers, which is the right-hand side button. And I don't really look, I just go for the bottom button, but I'm routinely shifting my hand position on the wheel because it's quite little. And therefore it doesn't make sense to keep both hands on. Yeah. Why are you stopping here? So I can at least see the traffic lights for once. Okay. Okay. Wait for it. Now, surely. Surely now. Surely now. So there you go. That's why the anger windscreen wiper is a thing. You're welcome. I'm sure you wanted to know that. I think I've also got the engine power button on one of those, which could lead to some proper excitement at some point. Why? Because you weren't doing the speed limit between the timed lights. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you were going too slow because you were starting from a stop. Alright, okay. I'm ready. Let me leave. Come on. Come on. There's no traffic. At least have a traffic camera over the top to kind of go, is there traffic wanting to come from the other side? No. Then change the traffic lights. You know, this level of sophistication does exist in place, you know, and it helps to keep your inner conurbations, vehicles moving smoothly throughout your arterial network of roads. But if you can't be bothered with it, then don't blame me when your arterial network of roads has a stroke. Right, let's onward march. Yeah, you can do 50 here. I will, as soon as the truck feels... You can do 25 here. No, pretty sure it's still a 50. And so it is. There you go. No, haul the brakes on just to get past this junction. No, if people can't handle the junction, that's on them. It's not my responsibility. Yeah. There you go. That's a nice bit of cornering. That was okay. I just lifted a little. Yeah, well, I mean, in racing driver terms, you shouldn't ever do that. You should always either be accelerating as much as you can or braking as much as you can. You shouldn't ever be in a position where you're just lifting in order to moderate your speed, mediate your speed, monkey with your speed. What's going on here? I think it wants us to go up, do a U-ey at the roundabout, and then go back the other way. Well, obviously I'm not going to do that unless I have to. No, you don't have to. I didn't think I would. Okay, go wide, go wide. You won't get round there. You're going to be better off going round a roundabout. Okay. Alright, yeah, no, I was going to pull a U-turn, but no. No, not so much. And plus there's a question mark up here, and that might be a delight and full of adventure and potential mischief. Yeah. Oh, for pity's sake, which way are you sending me? This is a long way out of my flipping way. No, got to be done. Well, it's no wonder your arterial network of roads is forever having, you know, a pulmonary episode. Okay, we're going to go around the block. You know that's on a bridge, right? Oh, yeah. But I do want to see what's going on with that question mark. It's going to be a Renault flipping truck dealer. Oh, yeah. Oh, well. Yeah, I know. We're going to go find it anyway. I'm just feeling like activating my Bartle Test Explorer tab a little. Okay. Here we go. What is it? It's Iveco. Oh, okay. Alright. Good. Not interested. I just wanted to know. Alright. Still moving. That was a bus. Still moving. Go. Yeah, he drove into me. It's all fine. Yeah, but this is a non-stop truck service. I am renowned for being a non-stop truck service, and therefore non-stop is what we're doing. I mean, other than the car driving into me, which was its own fault, I thought I handled that quite well. It showed some deft manoeuvring of things, and my little force feedback steering wheel. Oh, it was feeding back. Not with much force, but it was going like judder, 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 which is always a sign that you're not on where you should be. Yeah, there you go. 31? Nah, come on, this is a 46, mate. Easy. Easy a 46. I'll tell you what, look, I'll do the speed that I feel is appropriate, and then you can get with the program. Right. Yeah, that's it. Haul it through here. That's a 50 now. There you go, that's more like it. You've got a corner coming up. Okay, then I will ease. Yeah, it's a good idea. Woo, it's more of a corner than I anticipate. Not that one. Thank you. Yeah, no, that'll just take you back into Gijon, which I think, as we've established, is quite tricky to escape from. Yeah. Oh, the back of my head is desperately trying to conjure up some kind of Gijon mustard joke. I know it's Dijon, but they're giving it a go, and it's just coming up with nothing. Not that, of course, Gijon mustard, which is mustard, right? It's, you use it more as a base for sauces, rather than as a condiment, nay, accompaniment to whatever meal it is that you might be enjoying at a given moment. Yeah, that's a true story. Yeah, put a teaspoon of Dijon mustard. Oh, okay. Maybe that was the joke. What, me getting it wrong? That's frequently the joke. It is frequently the joke. Yeah, no, teaspoon of Dijon mustard as you're making a gravy works perfectly. Yeah. Yeah, particularly chicken gravy. If you're making a gravy to go with your chicken, and obviously you're putting chicken stock in there, along with whatever water you've been cooking vegetables in, don't do too much, because all that vegetable essence will make its way into the gravy, which is nice. Yeah, it just makes it work. Just makes it work. A little bit of corn flour for some thickening, and you're pretty much there. You know, salt and pepper to taste, but try not to use too much salt. You're recommended not to do so these days. Right, I'm going to get some kip, because better to do it before they start threatening me. Okay. Yeah, and this seems to be a convenient place to do so. Where are you going to be allowed to park? Next to that tanker, I reckon. No, other side of the tanker. Alright, yeah. There you go, this will do nicely. Super, I'm even parking it properly. Yeah, I do. This is rapid trucking at its finest. Thank you. Good. Button 7. Is that this one? Stone me, it is. Right, night time is upon us again. But then, you know, what else is new? Right, I've got all the lights on, right? Yeah, I'm blaring it. Yeah, blare this. Wakey, wakey, lads. Come on, you were here when I got here, so you're surely behind schedule now. I've had a sufficient amount of kip that I feel good about life. And therefore I can press on it to La France and go on a La France adventure. Oh, what if you could get a mission that leads you to Dijon? Only if it's convenient vis-a-vis my overall objective. What's your overall objective? We're going back to England. Oh, I see. Yeah, but I wanted to go through France rather than jumping on a ferry. Righto? Yeah. Yeah. What if you went to Scotland first and then came down? Oh, could do. Where would I have to get get into Scotland? You'd probably end up in Scandinavia somewhere first in order to ferry out to Scotland. Yeah, you don't think maybe Holland would do the job? No, Hook of Holland, that goes to Felixstowe. Okay. No, you're definitely going to have to go further north. Okay. Well, we can head into Sweden. You had a miserable time in Sweden last time you were there. Well, yes, but I was still fresh-faced and new and unburdened by the realities of trucking through Europe. Yeah. I mean, by the way that you're driving, it looks like the realities of trucking through Europe don't really matter to you now anyway. They don't. No, this is a piddling little gig, but what I have learned is that Spain loves drivers. Very few incidences of unwarranted fines, and the ones that have been warranted, you just take that as it's a speed bump. It's just one of those things you've got to contend with as part of doing the job. 80, that's nice. With a trailer, come on. Yeah, now we're going. You're going to honk this guy? I am. Yeah, we going. Whoo! 87 now. Oh, yeah. Oh, I am all about this life. Just look. Yeah, I know. You lose it at this speed, it's going to be a mess. Yeah. Middle of the road. Well, my driving isn't middle of the road, but where I'm driving is. Okay. We are eating through the mileage here. You know, there's going to be an abrupt change in attitude once the gendarmes are on the case. Yeah, it'll be okay. You don't know that. I don't, but I'm assuming. Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, you know what they say about assuming. What's that? It makes an arse out of you and Ming. And Ming is not best pleased. No, he's there with his ring. And he's kind of going, ah, ha, 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 bring me Dale Arden. Yeah. And War Rocket Ajax while we're at it. Super. Yeah. Now what? No, I'm going to cane these cars. Oh, brilliant. There's one in the road. Okay. Do you want to flash him? I don't think I've got... Hang on. Is that the flash him button? No. What does that button do then? Very hard to say for sure. Oh, he's got hazard lights. I ought to get some hazard lights. Maybe I should do that. Maybe after clearing my loan, I'll treat myself to some hazard lights that I can just leave on all the time. They call them beacons. We just got done $3,000 of speeding. Oh, yeah. That's a lot. That is the largest speeding fine I've had. Yeah. Obviously, they're just showing willing, because we're getting closer to the French border. So they're going, oh, we better start policing like they do in France. Alright, well look, if he is a police car, he's not doing me for the pursuit vector that I'm applying at the moment. No. And I think that this is a scary notion. I think, but he's just there. He's still in the distance, and he's doing more than 70, which means that he's breaking some laws himself. And I think if you've got one in sight ahead of you, it won't spawn one in behind you. Oh, he's slowing. Don't leave! And we might be leaving. Well, am I leaving or what? Oh, okay, we're avoiding that. And then what? If I go down there, no, it takes me the wrong way. I need to go up there. Okay, this is quite a slender one to get through. Do you think those cones there are permanent? Yeah, I reckon they probably are. Okay. The ones the law have placed aren't permanent. Yeah. Do you reckon you can squeak through there? If you're gentle about it, yeah. There we go. Alright, road to ourselves. Marvellous. Now, I know, I've seen you say it. I've seen you go like, it will route you round to get back on again, and you kind of go, yeah, but it takes me miles out of my way. And I have, in the past, experienced a scenario where all it did was route me round in a big loop, taking me back to the same turning again. And that goes not only for the sat-nav in-game, but also in the world, and therefore, given that you don't get done for just going through a roadblock, and as long as you're careful you don't drive into whatever it was that had the problem in the first place, why not? Yeah, and it provides a little bit of a steering, nay handling challenge while manoeuvring through that scenario. I think it's a gameplay bonus, personally. Okay. I think that was a bit of a premature 12th gear there. Oh, we'll be alright. Yeah, you haven't seen the incident yet. Or if there isn't one. Maybe if they've just closed it down for nefarious reasons. What if it's an Illuminati convoy? No, there's something up here. Okay, you're going real quick. That's the helicopter. Don't hit that. Alright, you might have hit that. Okay, we'll get through. Not in neutral, you won't. Okay, go on, get through. There you go. Oh, you're letting that bus through? That's blatant favouritism. Maybe I should have gone around the other side. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah. No, look, there's an accident there already. You can deal with whatever other ramifications have come up. But I want to get in. I want to get to France quickly. Maybe you're trying to stop me getting to France by parking a helicopter and a fire engine in the middle of the road. I think they call them a fire appliance these days. No. A fire appliance is something that you plug in and 3 glowing bars light up with the radiation of heat and then burn your house down. Alright, which one of these do you want? Now, I think those are the low entry barriers, so we'll go through this one. I took a bit of damage there. Well, it's been a while since I've done that, and frankly I've already had things clipped by a helicopter, so, I mean, that's fine. The aggressive cornering I was doing earlier on did nothing. That was all, you know, that was a cakewalk, that was a formality. This is dead easy by comparison. I think so. Well, it was a toll booth. Yeah, well, I mean, yes, we know that. Hold on. Well, I mean, all these are going to point to France because you're going that way, but you might not necessarily be in France yet. Why does it matter? Because if I'm not in France yet, then there is still the border to France coming up. And therefore one should keep one's wits semi about themselves. Certainly shouldn't keep somebody else's wits about yourself. No. He's driving like a Frenchman. He is a little bit. So it's an interesting thing. On a trip to Paris at one point, the head of the studio I was there to meet gave me a lift back to, where we go? Gare du Nord, I think it was, maybe? Could have been. I don't know. It wasn't really. To get on a Eurostar anyway. And everyone's going to be going, that's the other one. Gare du Sud, maybe. I thought it was Gare du Nord. But it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant to the story. But yeah, no, he snaked the car when we got to the station. He snaked it in between a couple of other cars, and you know how when you curb your wheels, you kind of go, oh man, I've scuffed the wheels up. No, he curbed the entire side of his car, and was like, boof. Yeah, he gave precious little care about the fact that he just scraped the hell out of the side of the car. And apparently that is in tune with French culture, which is you just don't care about your car. Does it still work? Yeah, it'll do then, won't it? And this explains a lot, and at the same time it doesn't, because one could very strongly argue that having the electrics working on your car is part of having your car working. Why are you swerving over there? Because all those are low entry gates. Okay. Yeah, we won't get under that. Follow that truck. Doing so, yeah, he didn't seem to need to stop. Yeah, but you never know when they're going to be vicious to you. You've driven into that again. What's your problem with that? It's the offside. I seem to be having a little bit of trouble judging the offside clearance. Yeah, because that's where you drove into the helicopter as well. Yeah, interesting. That's a recent development. I mean, yeah, sure, I've hit the offside a few times in the past, but that feels like a recent development of me always hitting the offside. Maybe because it's night time, and therefore you haven't quite got the peripheral vision over to the left that would give you the confidence to get close to things. Well, that seems like quite a reasonable hypothesis. Thanks. Don't care about a reasonable hypothesis. We're more interested in radical conspiracy theorying as to why the game hates you. What's going on here? Something. All right. Well, look. It's another toll booth. Oh, what the hell? What's going on here? It's the third toll booth in 3 miles. That's too many. Let's try and hit this one clean, though, which I should do, given I'm going from a standing start. That was just a toll booth. Okay. I don't even know. I don't even know what's happening. Why so many toll booths? We're definitely in France now. We are definitely in France. 22 miles to go. Yeah, look, the signs have changed. Okay. Well, that's a sign. Yes. That we're in France. Yeah. For the signs are Français. Or semi-Français, anyway. A Français approximation. Okay, I'm coming off here, I think. Yeah, so far. I mean, well, I'm saying what I'm doing. I'm not saying that it's necessarily the right thing to do, but this is what I'm doing. And then we want to go around, which is surely going to be this lane. I think we're going up and over. Oh, okay. All right, well, we can do that. Yeah, ease it down. This is a 50 kilometre an hour limit, 30 kilometre an hour limit. That's too low. Yeah, they've not thought that through. Are we going up and over? Feels like we should be. No, this is a roundabout. Okay. Yeah, we're going up and over. Right. Okay, onwards to glory, and further adventures still. We're almost there. You might even break even on this run, you know. I might. Yeah. I mean, you're still up on where we started today's Mission Espanol, but that £3 speeding fine is that's quite unpleasant. Right, it's over here to the right, but I can't get at it directly. I think they're going to send you through an underpass. No, this was not a roundabout for aggro cornering. Look at it, it's really quite... Don't follow that truck. Follow that truck. Okay, it was taking the right exit. Yeah, it's a bit of a lag in terms of the sat nav updating your road position. Well, yeah. See, I had an iPhone, right, for a while, up until actually not that very long. iPhone 4, and then Apple put out an update that killed the battery life of mine. It was a 6. I think it was a 6. Put out an update that killed the battery life of my iPhone overnight. It didn't. There was nothing wrong with the battery. It went from, you could get 12 hours out of it, and then dropped to you could get 6 hours out of it. And I was so appalled at that behaviour that I vowed at that point to never touch another Apple product of any kind. And I have stuck with that, having switched to the Pixel, which is an Android, as I'm sure you're aware. And I tell you what, Pixel's a flipping brilliant phone. If they want to sponsor this channel or the stream or whatever you like, I invite them to do so with big bucks. However, that's not the point of the question in nature. The point is more a case of the interesting thing I found is that I have for a very long time used Waze as my Saturday. It's WAZE. And this is something else I advocate for, which is why I'm name checking it. I've used it for ages, or pretty much since it first came out, I think. Which I would use as my where am I going of choice. Why that particular app? I'll tell you, just because that would make for part of the story. The reason is straightforward. It's because it uses real-time traffic data from all of the people using Waze. And therefore, if the traffic is skew-whiff, then you will know about it because there'll be cars trapped in that traffic. And where it works out really well is it will then provide alternate routes for you in real time. And having commuted down the M40, down towards the M25 on a daily basis for 3 years, I never once did M40 to M25. I went through myriads back roads and country lanes and all of that kind of business to bypass what was inevitable traffic build-up. And it was fantastic. Anyway, it worked great on my iPhone. I know I'm making a pig's ear of this. And so I picked it up on Android when I got that. And then I noticed that actually there was a bit more lag on the... apparently we're there. Well, I'll take it. There was more lag on the Android than there was on the iPhone. So initially, I would actually be past the junction by the time it would go, you want this junction. And you go, oh, cheers for that. So it took a little bit of changing in my driving habits in order to make that happen. There's no difference these days, but at the time, yeah, Android services were a bit slower. I didn't say it was interesting. Right, let's pay this off. That gives me a bit of change, right? 68, yeah, you'll have £9 left. Clear it. Yeah, clear it off. £8 left. Okay, I was rounding. Yeah. Good. Right, there you go. I've been Colonel Failure. In the next episode, I shall take the next mission, and we shall go on the next journey into a world of delight and discovery. Join me for that, why don't you? And I'll catch you soon. Thanks for watching. Cheerio.